soft and chewy chocolate chip cookie. These cookies are fantastic. They're easy to make, absolutely delicious. They come out very similar to an Entenmann's chocolate chip cookie if you're familiar with those. I think you'll enjoy these. The ingredients are simple. 2 1/4 cups of flour, 1 1/2 cups of chocolate chips. I'm using Baker's chocolate that I've chopped up. I love the chocolate chunks. You can just use chocolate chips if you like. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 2 eggs, 1 cup of lightly packed brown sugar, 1 cup of butter, that's 2 sticks, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and our secret ingredient that's going to make our cookies soft and chewy, 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. I'm going to start by taking my flour and adding my salt, my baking powder, and my cornstarch to it. I want to make sure those get well mixed when they're added to the cookie. So I'm going to incorporate them into the flour now. I just want to mix them up and make sure they're all nicely and evenly mixed up and dispersed in there. I'm just going to set that aside. Once that's done, I'm going to take my butter, add it to my bowl, add my sugars to that, once those are in there, I'm going to cream them together. I'm just going to use a fork. These are really easy. You don't need a mixer for these. They're very, very easy to mix. Make sure your butter is softened. Make sure your butter is at room temperature. You don't have to melt it. Once my butter is and my sugar are creamed together well, I want to add my eggs to that. I want to beat them in there, whisk them up in there with my fork. At this point, I want to also add my vanilla extract. Starting to smell really good. The vanilla, the brown sugars. At this point, I'm going to switch to a spoon, and I'm going to start adding my flour in. You just want to stir it in gently. And as your mixture absorbs it, just add more. At this point, before I add the last of the flour, I want to also add my chocolate chips. It'll be harder to mix them in thoroughly after I have the rest of my flour in, so I'm going to add those now. I'm going to add the rest of my flour. And just keep mixing that in until I have a nice dough. I'm just putting in from the outer edges and pressing down in the center like that. You just want to keep doing that until all your flour is absorbed. At this point, my flour is all mixed in there. And my dough is good to go. What I want to do is take this, I'm going to cover it, and place it in the fridge for about half an hour. Not long at all. I just want it to be a little bit easier to work with, and I want that butter to be a little bit chilled before I place them in the oven. My cookie dough is chilled and ready to go in the oven. I have a baking sheet here lined with foil, and I have my oven preheating to 325. So what I'm going to do is just spoon these out onto my baking sheet. You can roll them into little balls if you like. I prefer not to handle the dough that much. So I'm just going to spoon them out using 2 spoons. You want to leave some space in between them because they will spread out. So I'm just going to add 2 rows in here. Once they're in there, I'm going to pop them in the oven and bake them until they start to get golden brown around the edges. And my cookies are ready. I'm just going to place them on a wire rack to cool before I serve them. And my cookies are ready. They're absolutely delicious. They're easy to make. I got about 20 cookies out of this recipe today. You get about 20 to 24 cookies out of this recipe, depending on how large you make them. I hope you give them a try. I hope you enjoy them. Till next time.